Find out who you are and then be that person. That's what your soul was put on this earth to be. Find that truth, live that truth, and everything else, it'll come. Ellen DeGeneres said that. Guys, we made it to day 47. Now, truth be told, my 47th birthday was actually on Friday. Admittedly, I was down for the count. There was no way I was going to push myself to come up on video and do the whole thing. I just let myself be in the space that I was in on my birthday. But in retrospect, it works out perfectly based on the message and the lesson, the final lesson of these 47 lessons. Now, the fact of the matter is life has given me way more than 47 lessons over the years, and you're going to be hearing a lot more about those. One of the massive life lessons, which I've shared in earlier videos, is our ability to truly overcome anything that's brought to us in life. I'm proof of that. I have overcome massive bullying when I was a child. I've overcome obesity and kept it off. I've overcome cancer. I've overcome a stroke and even heart surgery and so many more things than that. Guys, and I've overcome my fear of public speaking. Yeah, there's no way I would have done this 20 years ago. More than likely. Even bigger than all of those obstacles, I have found a way to live in inner peace and inner satisfaction. And I believe it's right up there, right next to being able to overcome, is just getting to the space of inner peace. See, life has taught me to live more good days. Does that mean that I never have anxiety or never have nerves or never have doubt? Absolutely not. I have those things coming like anybody else. Fact is we're living in emotional vessels. But I've learned how to bring it back very quickly in most situations. And what used to take me hours or days can generally take me a matter of minutes on most good days. Now, I'm horrible about timelines, but it was actually a few months after open heart surgery. And let me say, guys, that was tough. That entire block of my life was just hard. And I realized a few months after open heart surgery that I wasn't living in the way that I was satisfied. Heck, I wasn't even living in a way that I felt neutral most days. And this question, I was out for a walk and this question came in my head. And I asked myself, Jen, if you were to die tomorrow, would you be happy with how you lived today? Now, clearly, with all that I had went through, from a stroke November of 2022, learning I had a hole in my heart, having to have open heart surgery to have that repaired, clearly my vision on life and happiness may have been a little bit different than some people's, again, perspective, right? But I can tell you, when I asked myself this question, it was an astounding no. I was living in ways in that moment that felt forced and pushed and just not in ways that I wanted to be. So I changed it. And I can tell you, anytime that I have moments of this feeling of angst or uncertainty or just downright not goodness, I ask myself this question: Jen, are you living today in such a way that you'd be happy if you died tomorrow? And anytime I have to answer no, I change, I adjust, and I take a look at what's going on now so I know what I need to change. Now, I know I may be making all of this sound easy, but just know I didn't start with where I am today. I've been working on myself and developing and growing for decades. So if you're in a situation that you haven't started this journey yet, be kind with yourself and know it comes in stages. Again, I had decades of knowledge under my belt when I asked myself this question, so I had a lot of tools that I knew what I needed to do, which made it easier for me to know. So where do you start? You may be saying, Jen, where do I start? Guys, if you're in that position of dissatisfaction, constant stress, constant anxiety, constant uncertainty, consistent dis-ease with yourself or every day, those are all clues that it's time to change something, especially if it's a daily occurrence or consistent occurrence. Now, one of the things that I tell clients all the time is it's not necessarily easy to go from dis-ease, dissatisfaction, unhappiness right over here to happiness and joy and thriving, right? That's too big of a gap. Work on getting yourself to a neutral space. Work on just getting yourself to, all right, I'm just going to be all right with today. Whatever comes, I'm going to just handle it. Whatever neutral looks like for you, work on just turning the dial bit by bit to get to that space. This may come with that inner work of confidence or reducing doubt or whatever that else that is for you. It may be a body conversation. It may be a relationship conversation. It may be learning how to have tougher conversations so that you can feel more authentic in yourself and your voice. Whatever it is, get the tools and the resources to help you get there. There's lots of them out there, including myself. I'm always here as a resource for everybody. And unfortunately, literally, sometimes we just have to change our attitudes towards something until we can change our circumstances. I'm not saying change your attitude and just be happy in unhappy circumstances. Not what I'm saying. But darn it, if you're unhappy with your job, change your attitude towards it and then start looking for what's going to bring you a better job life or career life so that you can at least stay in a good mental place. Guys, the bottom line is you deserve a good life. Decide what that good life is for you and start leaning into it. And start just asking yourself that question. Would you be happy tomorrow? Would you be happy with yourself if you died tomorrow? Would you be happy with how you're living life? It's the final lesson of these 47 lessons. Start asking yourself and start guiding that change bit by bit in whatever way feels most right for you. You're going to be so glad that you did a year from now, a month from now, 5 years from now, because you're going to know you're not standing still anymore. As always, if you ever need help or support, drop me a line, send me a note, or throw it in the comments. Stay well, be well, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye, guys.